For 3 years, every single day at Sungai Watch, we've been cleaning rivers, but still, we're catching so much plastics every day. And this is the reason why. Indonesians are too dependent on these landfills. We need better waste management infrastructure. So in this video, we want to dive into the concepts of illegal landfills. Why are they actually called illegal? Why are they not the long-term solution? And why do we continue to clean rivers at Sungai Watch, sort the trash, and make sure that we can give value to waste? There's so much that we can do, but it definitely doesn't look like this.
Ini di sini ada tumpukan sampah warga, sudah dijadwal rutin oleh peraturan desa. Masing-masing banjar ngumpulin di pagi hari, bawa sampah ke depan, ditaruhnya di depan balai banjar. Mungkin ini bukan masalah di satu desa aja, hampir di seluruh Indonesia sudah seperti ini. Pengalaman saya sendiri, pernah saya suruh memilah, tapi sudah dipilah, ditaruh di depan rumah, dibawa, diangkut sama truknya lagi, justru tercampur lagi di TPA. Jadi percuma juga untuk pemilahan. Jadi seharusnya warga memilah sampah dari sumber, udah gitu organiknya dibawa ke TPA, non organiknya mungkin dibawa ke bank sampah.
60% of waste management in Indonesia is mismanaged. And that means that it ends up in open dumps like this one, or literally is burnt in the back of people's houses, oftentimes ending in a river. There's a massive issue going on with waste management in Indonesia. You can see it. Indonesians, unfortunately, rely on our landfills because that is the only infrastructure available. We have these giant piles of plastics where literally this all represents value. But for the longest time, we haven't been able to really figure out a proper solution.
Konsep TPA ini adalah konsep yang sudah usang. Sebaiknya TPA itu dihilangkan. Awalnya itu TPA itu konsepnya sebenarnya adalah seperti sanitary landfill. Tapi kebiasaan di beberapa kabupaten kota dan daerah-daerah itu, sanitary landfill itu lama-kelamaan menjadi open dumping. Tidak ada lagi namanya biaya atau budget untuk tanah urugan. Untuk di atasnya tidak ada sistem perpipaan untuk gas metannya, tidak ada perpipaan untuk licit atau air yang dihasilkan oleh sampahnya untuk dikelola di kolam tertentu. Banyak sekali perubahan yang terjadi, entah karena volume sampah yang datang begitu banyak dan terus menerus, sementara pengelola TPA-nya belum sanggup gitu loh untuk mengelola TPA-nya dengan proper. Sehingga jadilah TPA itu menjadi tempat pembuangan air aja, kayak open dumping gitu aja. Itu yang akhirnya membuat TPA itu jadi image negatif.
So you can already see the smoke that's coming out and the methane that's being produced from this landfill, and having organic and non-organic materials mixed together. You know, this is one of the largest contributors to greenhouse gases in our atmosphere. And one day, you know, the heat will be so high inside this landfill that it'll just catch fire. So last year in Indonesia, in 2023, we had over 30 of the biggest landfills in Indonesia catch fire. When that happened, all of a sudden, you know, millions of people had nowhere to put their trash. So people were desperate. They started building illegal landfills like this one. Residents didn't have trash collection, so streets were actually covered in trash. We saw so much more plastic wash up in our rivers because residents would just throw trash in rivers because they had no other solution. So if we actually had better waste management infrastructure, properly managed landfills, separating organic and non-organic waste at home, this wouldn't happen. And not to mention, putting out these landfill fires, it's millions of dollars. That's probably what it would cost to build a properly managed landfill. We are seeing these landfill fires happen way too frequently, and we're not seeing anything done about it. It just keeps happening, and it's almost like it's never enough. It's never enough of a wake-up call. Probably the most depressing part of this landfill is that right behind us, we have rice fields. And you can see how it just falls right into the rice fields. And the worst part is that it's located right next to the river. So every time it rains, our job gets so much harder at Sungai Watch. We see it every day. We're seeing our barriers get more trash. We're hearing from our teams how exhausted they are, that they're cleaning rivers with more trash. It's an endless battle, but we need more support from the government.
In Bali, the Balinese initially were reliant on the tebos. There were these lands in the back of people's houses, and everything that they would consume, which was organic back in the days, they would just swipe up behind their houses and it would be forgotten about. It was all organic matter that would compost. But since the first introduction of plastic, that is not the case. It doesn't biodegrade, it doesn't decompose.
Ini aku lagi milah sampah, jadi bisa dilihat seperti inilah rata-rata jenis sampah yang ada di rumah tangga di khususnya orang-orang Bali ya, aku bilang. Ini kegiatan yang bisa dibilang rutin sih karena seminggu sekali itu ada 2-3 kali aku kayak gini. Dan sampahnya juga kebetulan nggak terlalu banyak-banyak banget ya untuk penghasilan seminggunya. Di sini kurangnya masyarakat Bali itu adalah di pemilahan dari sumber. Kenapa kayak gitu? Ya karena sebelumnya pas mereka zaman dahulu kala nih belum ada yang namanya plastik, rata-rata orang Bali itu buat semuanya packagingnya. Pokoknya apapun itu dijual dari organik. Entah itu daun pisang, daun jati, pokoknya semua pembungkusnya itu dari organik. Nah, setelah zaman era globalisasi masuk, ada yang namanya pabrik plastik. Pokoknya semuanya itu di packaging dari plastik ini. Terus ini dulu kita zaman nenek moyang kita mana kenal yang kayak gini, ya nggak? Kalau behavior sendiri sih karena emang kurangnya edukasi dari dari orang tua kita dulu, karena mereka itu dulu taunya sampah itu cuma ada satu jenis dan itu namanya sampah, terus dibuang ke tebe, udah kayak gitu doang. Nah, jadi seperti inilah bisa dibilang tebe. Dulu kita buang sampah di tebe, seiring perkembangan zaman, sampahnya itu campur, orangnya kurang edukasi, kurang wawasan soal jenis-jenis sampah. Ketika ada lahan kosong, seperti inilah, jadi TPA ilegal.
If everybody was sorting just like Giri, we wouldn't have open dumps everywhere lying around this island. Here we are in TPS Bangkal. This is one of a recovery facility at the village level that shows that real solutions are happening on the ground here in Indonesia. Actually, every single village in Indonesia is given money, a budget, to open stations just like this one. Here in Bangkal, this TPS processes about 220 families every day, bringing the trash here. They separate between plastics and organic. And the team here every day processes it before it goes to recycling. So we have things like plastic bottles. They will then be separated from the lids and the labels, really looking at how we can recycle this from residents. So plastic here is around 2 tons of the trash collected every month, but 70% of the waste issue is actually organic waste. And so the hero running the show here is Pak Bintang, who's been doing this now for 2 years. It's a fresh new TPS, but the results have been pretty incredible. Pak Bintang, sehat? Sehat rahayu je. Ini keren sekali, kita kelihatan udah ada terproses seperti ini. Terus kita bisa pilah sampah plastik sama sampah organik. Kalau ada proses TPS segini, apa yang susah sekali sampai sekarang?
Yang pertama itu edukasi pemilahan dari sumbernya. Kita belajar baru dari 2 tahun, masyarakat sudah budayanya sampah buang, sampah buang, kan kayak gitu. Itu yang agak sulit kita rubah.
Berarti sebelum TPS di sini bangun, dulunya semua larinya ke TPA.
Iya betul.
Berarti berapa sih kira-kira udah bisa mengurangi sampah plastik dan sampah organik?
Di desa Bengkal yang serap kita per bulan saat ini 2 ton di anorganik, 6 ton di organik, residu hanya 400 kilo. Itu yang setiap bulan kita kirim ke TPA.
Soalnya kenapa banyak sekali TPS baru bangun udah tidak bisa teroperasi?
Kemungkinan satu tidak didukung oleh biaya operasional. TPS 3R kalau dilepas sendiri tidak mungkin bisa jalan. Itu. Apalagi pelanggan nggak punya.
Ya betul. So here in Bengkel, they've been really able to find a proper solution to their waste problem. 50% in 2 years of the population is contributing their waste to this recovery facility. And they've been able to stop about 8 tons of waste going to landfill, recycling it, organic waste is being turned into compost, and plastics are being recycled. But why is not every village doing the same thing?
Sistem pengelolaan sampah terpadu itu intinya begini, dari hulu sampai hilir harus komprehensif. Masyarakat memilah, TPS 3R-nya siap, kemudian desa ataupun kelurahan yang mengelola TPS 3R ini memahami berapa kakak yang harus mereka layani. Biasanya TPS 3R itu sekitar 400 kakak ya, sehingga mereka memproduksi kompos, kemudian anorganiknya mereka juga jual ataupun ada bisnis lagi dengan perusahaan daur ulang. Hanya residu yang ke TPST. Sistem itu dari hulu ke hilir ini harus dijamin ada. Masyarakat nggak bisa kita edukasi kalau sistem ini tidak berjalan gitu loh. Untuk membuat sistem ini proper dari hulu sampai hilir ini dianggarkan di APBD. Dan itu besarannya itu minimal menurut saya nih antara 5-10% dari APBD. Nggak boleh 0,0. Saat ini sebagian besar kabupaten kota di Indonesia menganggarkan pengelolaan sampahnya 0,0 sekian persen dari APBD. Itu berat.
Every day at Sungai Watch, we're now cleaning over 300 rivers a day. That's a daily reminder for us that not enough is happening. And we know exactly what needs to happen. We need more education to make sure that people know how to properly get rid of their waste and use less plastic. But most of all, we need better waste management infrastructure. Not enough is happening, and we're still seeing tons and thousands of tons washing up into rivers and eventually into the ocean. What we need is facilities like this, simple solutions that are very scalable. We need households to first separate the waste. We need places for the waste to go. We need facilities. We need infrastructure. We need people, and we need funding. Right now, we have 8 of these centers spread out throughout Bali and East Java, but there's thousands of other islands in Indonesia, other countries in the world that need similar infrastructure to this. What we need is more funding, more support. So if you'd like to support, please donate on our website at www.sungaiwatch.com. And because this is a YouTube video and this is one of our first ones, please subscribe. Let us know in the comments what you'd like to learn more of when it comes to waste management or our daily activities at Sungai Watch. Thank you for watching these videos and see you in the next one.